China's infamous 50-cent army, known in Mandarin as Wu Mao Dang, is a state-backed group of cyber operatives tasked with closely monitoring and manipulating the country's online space. These operatives don't just censor information, they also flood social media with pro-government commentary and report users who post anything remotely critical of the regime. The term 50-cent army is both a cultural jab and a rumor-based reference, suggesting that these agents earn 50 cents for every comment they post in defense of the government. It's like calling someone a sellout with a pay-per-comment twist. So who are these people, and why does the Chinese government rely on them? Is this army real or just internet myth? In the early days of social media in China, there was little state oversight. Smartphones were becoming wildly popular, and China quickly outpaced all of Europe in mobile phone sales. Nearly everyone had internet access, and any citizen could share an image, opinion, or piece of news with the world in seconds, long before government censors could react. At the time, the 50-cent army wasn't fast enough to keep up. It took them at least 30 minutes just to find and delete a problematic post. As a result, for about 4 years, the Chinese public experienced a rare and exhilarating degree of digital freedom. Stories of corruption, police violence, and financial misconduct were suddenly spreading. People were accessing information that had long been hidden from them. But in 2012, everything changed. Xi Jinping came to power, and under his leadership, the country began shifting rapidly toward authoritarian rule. Xi gained unprecedented power, second only to Mao Zedong, and made political control the central mission of his administration. Using the internet not as a threat but as a tool, Xi pioneered a form of digital authoritarianism. He turned technology into the very weapon that would tighten his grip on society. The 50-cent army has two main missions. 1. Create and spread official state messages, classic propaganda aimed at shaping public perception. 2. Scrub the internet of anything critical of the government. The strategy is simple. First, control what people are allowed to see. Second, guide how they think about it. It's not just about hiding the truth, it's about manufacturing consent. Despite the name, these internet agents aren't actually paid 50 cents per post. Most are salaried employees. But the name stuck, symbolizing their role as low-cost mouthpieces for the regime. To give them full operational freedom, the government started passing new digital laws. One ruling from China's Supreme Court stated that anyone caught spreading rumors online that are shared more than 500 times or viewed more than 5,000 times and deemed to disrupt public order could face up to 3 years in prison. In a country the size of China, those numbers are tiny. That law effectively intimidated influencers and average users alike. People became afraid. Gradually, self-censorship took over, and the open, vibrant online space quickly withered. A key example of the 50-cent army in action came in 2014 when protests erupted in Hong Kong. In response, Chinese authorities quickly blocked Instagram. They purged social media of protest-related content and modified the messaging app WeChat so that Hong Kongers could only message each other, cutting off communication with people in mainland China. Certain keywords were also banned, including something as innocuous as the word umbrella. Protesters had been using umbrellas to shield themselves from tear gas, and the movement became known as the Umbrella Revolution. So the word itself became taboo. The 50-cent operatives monitored every post, identified high-risk users, and helped authorities locate and arrest them. Alongside street-level crackdowns, this online surveillance helped the government smother the movement. Eventually, protesters were labeled as rioters, extremists, and even terrorists. In 2017 alone, the 50-cent army reportedly produced nearly 500 million social media posts, all aimed at shaping public discourse, spreading disinformation, and amplifying government propaganda. In 2018, when Xi Jinping amended the constitution to eliminate presidential term limits, effectively making himself leader for life, the cyber enforcers went into overdrive. They compiled huge blacklists of banned phrases to prevent people from criticizing the move. Even typing something as vague as "I oppose" would trigger a warning. Your message violates platform rules. It didn't matter what the person opposed. The system assumed it was about Xi. The government knew the change was unpopular and silenced resistance before it could spread. On the day the referendum took place, rather than covering the story, social media was flooded with unrelated distractions. Two of the top trending articles that day were: "What if your girlfriend is loaded?" "Is it safe to eat instant noodles on high-speed trains?" The aim was clear: flood the feed with fluff and bury the outrage. Surveillance went even deeper. One man was jailed for 5 days after making a joke about a rumored affair between a pop star and a government official. Another was sentenced to 22 months in prison for referring to Xi Jinping as Baozi, a steamed bun, because of Xi's resemblance to the plump snack. To gather even more intel, the government ordered all smartphone users to install an app called Jingwang, or Clean Internet. This spyware has access to everything on your phone. Officially, it's meant to block terrorist content, but in reality, it scans for anything deemed illegal or sensitive and automatically reports it to authorities. Despite this sweeping digital surveillance, the regime has found ways to make its platforms attractive. For example, Weibo, China's state-controlled alternative to Twitter, now has more users than Twitter itself, and it keeps growing. Even though Chinese users know these platforms are surveillance tools, most have learned to tolerate it. Many prefer to avoid trouble and just enjoy the entertainment. If you're curious to learn more about how life unfolds under this digital iron grip, one great resource is the book We Have Been Harmonized. It offers a compelling look into how the Chinese government uses technology to manage, monitor, and manipulate the lives of its citizens, often without them even realizing it. In the digital age, censorship doesn't always come with jackboots and loudspeakers. Sometimes it comes disguised as a friendly comment, a trending post, or a harmless app. In China, the battle for truth isn't fought in the streets, it's fought in your feed.